Good morning and welcome to Qigong Live Online this morning. This is the advanced class. Today we're going to do an exercise from the Long Life Qigong system. It's called Turtle Emerges from its Shell. It's a great name. We'll first of all bow. Roll back onto your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top. Two thumbs together. Go. Make a fist with your left hand, cover with your right. Bring it towards your heart. And then down to your physical center. Your physical center is lower down to you, of course. So the exercise, we're going to do a warm-up exercise today. We're going to do a classic warm-up exercises from, it's not actually from, I think lots of Tai Chi systems use it and lots of Qigong systems use it as a warm-up exercise. So I wouldn't put it under the handle of who actually owns this. There'll be a few discrepancies about where this came from. And there's lots of different variations to it as well, but we'll do our particular variation. And it's one about when we rotate, and we do the rotation, and you select the arms, and you rotate from the hips. So you're rotating from the hips from side to side, and as you do that, you just let your arms just hang loose. Yeah, we'll just start this up. Yeah. And so your arms just are flopping. So if I stop, my arms just keep moving by themselves. Yeah. So that you just want to have the arms hanging down best you can. So the movement of the hips is dictating what's happening with my arms. And there's one of those, the little Chinese things where you have the two little balls and the stick in the middle, and they rub the stick back, and it goes, and there's a little drum in the middle, and it goes around and goes boom, 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 and they rub the stick. It's the same, almost exactly the same principle as where the arms are just letting loose, yeah? And this is a very classic exercise because what it warms up, besides warming up your hips, all the ligaments in your knees are moving, your ligaments and tendons in your ankles, your shoulders, your spine, your neck, all your elbows, your wrist, everything's moving. So it's a great exercise to lubricate and wake up the whole body. And it's quite often done as a warm-up exercise. This, as I say, there's lots of different variations. We're going to do another variation to this in a second. Just want you to get the hang of what this feels like. And we get all sorts of ones. This is done in static. We're double weighted at the moment. I'm standing on both kidney points. So we can do the double weighted version, which is this. And then if you get really stylish, you can move from side to side and do that one. Yeah, which is another one. There's other ones where you do side to side and you bring your toe up. Yeah, so there's lots of different varieties in this, and they all work, and they're all slightly different, yeah? But we're going to do a particular one shortly. Now they've got the idea of this. But we're still going to stay double weighted for this, eh? So both weight the kidney point. We're sitting on our kidney points. Our heels are on the ground, but there's no weight in it. I'm standing on muscles. So I'm standing on the balls of my feet and my toes, and the heels are just resting on the ground. And I can just move them up and down because and my knees are slightly bent, so I'm standing on my muscles, not my bones. I'm not standing back on my heels. So I come forward, bend your knees slightly. Now I'm standing, I'm engage my muscles. And then I'm turning from kidney point. The kidney points I'm standing on. Very good. And then I rotate my hips. Good. Good. So what we're going to do today is a exercise that wakes up the kidneys and the lung connection. Now the kidneys and the lungs are an important integral part of our energy, our body. So we get energy from three different ways. Generally, most people get it from two, but we cheat. We have another one. I wouldn't say cheating, but we know another one. So normally people get energy from the oxygen you breathe. From the oxygen, you get energy from that, goes into the blood system, feeds the cells. And then we also get it from the food we eat. But of course, Qigong, we get a third supply. We get energy from the outside of us, and we draw it through our body, through our acupuncture points and all the pores in our body, and we can draw energy in from the outside. But this particular one we're doing is to tonify the respiration, because in Chinese medicine, when you breathe in and breathe out, it's involved the lung qi helps you to breathe in. Well, it's actually the lung qi, isn't it? The lung qi breathes out. Where you get the power for your in-breath comes from your kidneys. And it's like, remember they talk about the kidneys being your battery in your body. And you have a positive terminal of your battery and a negative terminal. And one's kidney in and one's kidney out. And so your battery supplies energy. The kidney energy supplies energy to the whole body. And the kidney energy goes to the spleen, goes to the heart, goes to the mind, goes everywhere it goes that functions in the body. The kidney is the battery that brings the energy to that for it so it can do its functions. Well, the lungs are to do with respiration. So the kidneys give the energy to the lungs so they can do the respiration. Yep. So the kidneys' energy is in charge of the in-breath, and the out-breath comes from the lung qi itself. So I'll explain that again. So when you breathe in and you get the power from the in-breath from the kidneys. When you breathe out, because the kidneys have absorbed energy from the in-breath, now the kidneys have got energy themselves, so that comes from the kidneys to the lungs, it breathes in, now the lungs have energy because of the in-breath, and it uses its own energy to breathe out, but it does the in-breath from the kidneys, yeah? So if you know people are asthmatic, if they have trouble with the in-breath, if it's difficult to breathe in, it'll be a kidney problem. If they have trouble breathing out, it'll be a lung problem, because that's the two parts that are involved. So anyway, so it's a general understanding of traditional Chinese medicine. So we're doing the most important part of this, of course, is energizing the lungs to do the in-breath. So the more the power we have to the lungs, the more efficient the in-breath is from the lungs. And so more efficient your in-breath is, the more energy you get. It's a really simple analogy. And the other thing is, the longer you have the in-breath in your body, the more oxygen you absorb. So the longer, slower breath you breathe, you get to absorb more energy. Yep. You get to absorb more oxygen in the air. So that's why Qigong does long, slow breaths in. Because if you breathe long, slow breaths in, you're going to assimilate way more oxygen than if you do short breaths. Yep. You just to breathe in and breathe out. The bronchioles are only open for a short amount of time, so there's not a lot of what you'd call absorption of the oxygen. So the Qigong's breathe slower. Yep. So now we warmed up. So now we're going to change our hands slightly, and we're going to still be rotating from the hips. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring a hand, and one's going to come to your one lung on the opposite side. So you'll be on that side, not the same side as the opposite side. And the other one's going to go to your kidneys in the back. And I'll turn around so you can see that. The other hand's going to go to your kidneys at the back. And when we swap around, it's going to do the other one to the kidneys on the other side. So it's the back of the hands on one kidney, and then the back of the hands on the other kidney. Yep. And we're doing the connection between the kidneys and the lungs. And we turn around, kidneys and lungs. And this is happening because of the rotation still of your hips. And this is a very famous Qigong exercise that's been around for a long time. And they use it in Tai Chi as well. I know the Chen soul uses it, the Yang soul uses it. And it is a Qigong exercise as well. And you want to have the arms relaxed as possible. And you'll actually, Kulfire is a Twainer technique, which is for like slapping. Slapping is this, when you do that, it's called Kulfire. It's K-O-U, Fa, F-A, which is a technique from Twainer. And so what you're doing is when you're hitting your lungs with your hands, you're innervating your lung qi, because the energy is coming out of my hand, because the hand's empty and it's full of energy. It hits my lungs and it radiates energy all through my lungs and innervates all the bronchioles and all of the lung tissue to open it all up and energize it all. Yeah. So we're doing that. At the same time, my backhand is hitting my kidneys. And as it hits my kidneys, there you go. So now, how many times people ask, how long would you do this? You do this for a couple of minutes, you could do this for 5 minutes. It's such a good exercise. You'll notice after you've done this exercise that your breathing will be different. Your breathing, you'll find your breath capacity will be different. You'll find that you'll be warmer because you're generating energy to your kidneys, and the kidneys are in charge of the heat of your body as well. So it'll warm you up as well. But remember, it's just coming from the rotation from my hips. Good. So we add another piece, because this is advanced class. The rotation from my hips is coming from the energy from the ground. It's actually coming from the kidney point on the ground. So as I turn, the kidneys are coming up the kidney point energy into my hips, and then that's what's turning my hips. So it's the energy that I'm connected to the earth. The grounding points comes up the kidney points, and I'm using that energy to turn the body. Yeah, I'm not just turning in isolation. I can feel the grounding comes up and my whole body's turning, and I can feel myself in the kidney points, and the kidney points are driving the rotation. Yep, they're driving the rotation. Very good, like this. As I say, you can do this for 5 minutes, or you could do it 50 times or 100. I'd do it 100 times. And you'll find if you do that every day, your lungs will be very good. It's one of those longevity type exercises where you can do every day and they just stimulate the whole body. It's a great way to warm up before you do the Qigong as well. So the exercise we're going to do today to turtle emerges from the shell from the long life Qigong system. There's 12 exercises in the particularly longevity system. They're a very unique set of exercises and it's not practiced a lot, but this particular one is extraordinary. So it has a lot of effects on the body. It's not just one thing, all the longevity things, because if you to create longevity in your life, you have to innovate all the chi, all the meridians, all the extraordinary vessels, get rid of stress, get rid of worry, absorb food better, absorb oxygen better, all of those things happen. Of course, you're going to live longer. That's really logical. So this is a particular exercise in the system that has a few functions. We'll talk about it, the function in the second. We'll do the exercise first because it's not necessarily an easy exercise to do. So we're going to start with our palms facing towards the front. Lift your hands up and just raise them up. Now you raise your arms. Now I'm going to put them back down again. So when you lift your arms, don't lift your shoulders. Just lift your arms up and let the arms feel like they float. The arms float up to above your head. Yeah. Now notice my arms aren't straight. They've got a slight bend in them. So you always want to have a little bit of gap in the arms. So as soon as you straighten your arms, it locks the chi up. You want to have them slightly relaxed. Good. Then I'm going to bend forward. Now you're not going to be able to see this, so you're going to have to watch the first one. Because if you bend forward, you're not going to be able to see me. I'm going to bend forward. And as I bend forward, I just let the body relax. I'm going to stick my hands through my legs and then round the back of my legs. And the hands are going to face out to the side. And then I'm going to pull my chin up. I'm looking forward. And then I'm going to put my chin down. I'm going to bring my hands round to the front. Just let them hang down. Good. And then I'm going to slowly stand up. And as I stand up, I feel like I'm stacking all the vertebrae on top of each other as I stand up. And I get to the top. And I'm going to pull my arms back and I'm going to lean backwards at the same time. And push your arms back, open your chest. Good, and then come back to the front again. Very good. Now you can watch, now we can do it together. Bring your hands up. When we get to the top, we're going to lean back as well at the top. So lean back. Then bring yourself forward. Slowly lower yourself down. You don't have to have straight knees. You have bent knees as you come down because you want to put your hands between your legs. Bend your knees. Bring your hands down. Put your hands between your legs. Hands around the outside, facing out, and then look up. And you feel the stretch like a turtle putting its head out of the shell. And then put your head down. Bring your hands back round to the front. Drape your hands down. Slowly stand up. And then you stack them on top of each other, all the vertebrae on top of each other. Get to the top. And then push the hands back at the same time. Put your head back and open your chest. And then come back to the front. Very good. And again, bring the hands up. Leaning backwards. And then coming forward. Hands through the legs. Looking up and then looking down again. Now I'll talk about the breathing in this in a second. And leaning backwards, hands to the side, open the chest. Good, there's quite a few breaths inside this. So the first one I'm going to breathe in when we come up. Keep breathing as we bend backwards. Breathe out when we come forward. Keep breathing out all the way down. Put your legs behind, hands behind it. Then breathe in as you look up. You bring your head forward. Then breathe out as you bring your head down. And then breathe in as you stand up. Keep breathing in. As you're leaning back, keep breathing in. Open your chest. And then breathe out, relax. Bring yourself back to the front. Go and bring your hands back to the front. Breathing in when you stand up. Bring your hands up, breathing in. Keep breathing in even when you arch back. Looking back, keep breathing in. Long, slow, quiet breath. And then breathe out when you come back to the front. Breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Keep breathing out. Just put your hands behind your back, legs. Keep breathing out. Then breathe in as you put your head up. And then breathe out as you roll your head down again. And breathe in when you stand up. It's a long, long in breath. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. Keep breathing in. Put your hands back, put your head back. Open your chest, keep breathing in. Good. Then bring your hands back to the center again. Keep breathing out. Then breathe in again. A long, slow breath. And breathing out as we come down. Breathing in as you raise your head looking forward. Breathe out as you lower your head. And breathe in as you stand up. Keep breathing in all the way back. Keep breathing in. Open your chest, breathing in. And then breathe out, relax. Do one more time, eh? Breathe in as it comes up. Leaning backwards, breathing in still. Breathing out, coming forward. Breathing in as you put your head up, looking forward. And then breathe out as you bring your head down. Slowly stand up. And looking up. Open your chest. Keep breathing in. Push your hands back. And then relax. And breathe in again. When we do the stretch to the back, that's as far as we'll go. When we do the stretch to the back, when you're going backwards, the hands go back and you look back at the same time and you put your chest out. So we have that idea that, so it goes from there, chest up. So you feel like your chest is rising and opening. Your hands are going back and your head goes back. And you're expanding like that. Yep. And then you relax again. Yep. It's quite a lot. So just know what this does. It increases the vitality in your body. The vital energy inside your body is circulation. So we've got a lot of circulation going, there's a lot of stretching going on in this exercise as well. So there's a lot of dynamic things happening between that. Also the extraordinary vessels are being initiated inside this exercise as well. So there's lots going on that's creating a lot of energetic movement. That's why you should be quite hot. And me, I'm sitting in Bali, I'm sweating now because it just creates that much energy. But what's not so much the heat is creating, it's the movement of the chi. It's moving the energy, and it moves the chi. The blood circulates too. So there's a huge thing where they've got to do with the blood circulation and the chi circulation. And that mere fact that that's doing will create heat inside your body. The heat's coming from the energy. The energy is the more energy because the energy is hot. You don't usually get, you can have cold energy, but it's a different kind of energy I'm talking about. But the energy we're generating at the moment is going to create heat. And then the body regulates the heat. Of course, the kidneys regulate the heat, but it keeps the energy. So what we've done is we've just opened the body up and absorbed lots of energy from the outside. Now we're having this in our body. It goes back in the kidneys to be stored, but it's like recharging your battery. And then we can use that energy, comes to lower down to here, and we can go and do whatever we want to do in the rest of the day with all this extra power. It's like we've recharged our battery just with one exercise. It's a very phenomenal, and that's why it's part of the longevity set, because it does that. Yeah. When we go down, now depending on your flexibility, some people are super flexible and other people aren't. Now, there's nothing wrong with not being flexible, and there's nothing right with being flexible. It's just your body. And everybody, some people are just super flexible, and there's always people more flexible than you, and there's always more people stiffer than you. And stiffer as in not in bad, just as in your ligaments are shorter and your tendons are shorter, and so you just don't have the flexibility. It's not a wrong or right thing, it's just the way you were born. And so I don't want to say one's good and one's bad, I just say they're different. But when we're doing this exercise, it'll depend on your level of flexibility of how you do this exercise, especially when you're bending down. So because some people put their hands through their feet, hands go right out around the side and stick their bum on their back of their calves. There are people who can do this. It's fine to do that, but you have to do it in your own. Now, if you can't bend over at all, you can't bend over, you can sit down and you can put your hands like that and just put them under there like that and just sit them really like that and look up and then look down. Yeah. So you don't even have to go right down. You don't have to go down and stick them out the side. You can just come down as much as you can bend forward and put them on the inside of your legs. And in your mind, have the intention that the hands are going out behind your legs. They're going out that way. Just as much as do that, like that. You have your head like that, and then you look up as you breathe in, and you breathe out, look down. And you hold your hands down, and you can stand back up again. So there's always variations that you can do, or modifications of Qigong exercise, depending on your suppleness, and of course your age sometimes has something to do with it. So just know you can. So I don't say one's right or wrong. They're just different ways of doing the same exercise. A lot to do with your intention and what you want to do with your energy inside your body. Hopefully that's useful, eh? We'll bow. Have fun with it. It's great exercise. It's very, very cool. I feel great now. Rock back on your thumbs. Left hand underneath, right hand on top, two thumbs together. Good. It's making my digestive work. I can hear it. I don't know if you heard that. Go. Fist through the left hand, cover with your right. Bring it towards your heart. Perfect. And then bring your energy down to lower down to the end. Perfect. And step back and bow to each other. And if anybody else comes along and says, come and does this class in a year's time or 2 years' time or 5 years' time, and you have a question, please ask. I'll still be here. I will answer it for you. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.